Welcome to the edition of Let's Play Farming Simulator 2013 on the Bayern Farm. Alright, so episode number 2 coming at you right now. So some of the suggestions after airing the first episode, a lot of people were suggesting that I'd go dairy. Happy you guys agree and do suggest we do that. We are going to go ahead and move forward with that plan. As of right now, we don't have any cows, but we will try and get some ASAP. The other suggestion was, I believe Craft Farms suggested that we get some pigs, and I agree, because this is a really nice pig facility, so we're going to try and capitalize on that as well. The other suggestions that were made were things like try and stay with a specific brand. So right now, we're kind of like sticking with Kloss because we have basically all Kloss stuff. And we're going to try and stick with that for the time being. Now, we are going to try and stick with Kloss, and we'll see how that goes for the time being. And maybe we will change. I don't know yet. But for now, we're going to try and stick with only Kloss machines. Just try and change it up a little bit. A little bit different than in the past, I suppose. So we are going to try and do that. Here we go. Let's just hire a worker here. Send him on his way again. He's dropping straw again. This is good. Now, one of the other suggestions was that I get rid of this trailer because it is a bit... Unfortunately, it doesn't work well with this particular tractor. And someone said if I use the mouse, I think it was... Oh. You can raise and lower it, apparently. Is that the front? Yeah, okay, that's just the front. Let me just start this tractor up. And the other suggestion was, Ian, if you select the tractor, it may help to start it. Totally right on that. I'm not sure why I failed on that one. Now, I think they were talking about the 3-point hitch at the front. Let's just move around the back here. Does it actually move that around? No, not, it looks like it. It looks like you can move it. What is it moving exactly? That's what I want to know. So if I go move the mouse down, or if I move it up, that's not moving in the front. If I move it down, or move it up to the left or to the right. Oh, that's weird. I wonder why that's the case. Oops. It looks like you can move it. Are these moving? I just don't notice it. And maybe that's what it is. There. Let's try and move this forward, and maybe that will be able to see it. Oh, I don't know. It looks. You can move it. Definitely, you can move it, but I just don't see where it is. For whatever reason. Oh, that's strange. Oh well. I forget who mentioned, but that someone suggested that you actually can move this, which is true. I just don't know what exactly it's moving. I think it was a 3-point, but I don't. I saw it initially, but I don't see it anymore, so oh well. So the suggestion was to get rid of this particular trailer. Now, for the time being, we're going to have to keep it because I don't have a good replacement for it as of yet. And one of the other reasons why is because I don't have... actually don't know, I should say, where the sell point is. For the, you know how you can usually go to the farm shop and sell your vehicles and get a higher price, and I haven't found that yet. So because of that, I can't go about doing that at the moment. So let's take a quick little peek at the shop to see what we have available to us in terms of tippers. So this was $26,499. Now, buying another tipper, I totally agree, but I just don't know when, oops, I'm not sure when the right time is to do that, because we are dealing with the whole tipper being a little silly, to be honest with you. Like you guys saw what it looked like the other day. So we are going to try and replace that fairly soon. This is the one we have right here. Now, this particular tractor doesn't work very well. So, what other options do we have available? Cheap options. Actually, we do have... Where is it? We do have one option not the more realistic stuff. We could get the more realistic gravity wagon right here. It's only $1,500, so it's cheap, and it does hold 6,000 liters. Now, that's not as nearly as much as what we're holding in our current trailer, but I'm pretty sure it'll be all right. So let's go. Yeah, I think it's only 1,500, so it's not too bad. Is this totally in the way? Yeah, it's totally in the way. Apparently enough in the way for that combine to stop. I don't know, that's strange. Now, I'm just going to show you what the problem is. If people didn't catch, so that right there, see how when I stop, it, the back tips up? I have no idea why it does that. In cab. Nope. I love how it says turn on winker. I've never called it a winker before. I've always called it indicator, but that's just me. Apparently in other countries they do call it they call it that, but where I am, we don't call it that. So it'd be cool if you could actually come around and change this right from the back here. And I don't know what's going on. I don't know if you guys can see that, but if you look at the 3-point hitch in the back, it's like rainbowy there. It's a bit strange. Oh well. So we can replace it with the quarry wagon. Now, I have used the quarry wagon multiple times before. The nice thing about the quarry wagon is it does hold 6,000 liters of grain, so it's not as big as the one we have right now. But this one is a bit strange, and I don't know why. I think it's just because how low the hitch is, and that's the reason why. So when we actually slow down, the back end tips up, which is a bit odd, actually. I used to have another trail that I could have used, which was a... what was it? It was... what was it called? Let's go forward. Come on now. The other trailer I used to have was an 18-ton trailer, as opposed to this one. And it worked... It was basically a very similar design, but not... That's strange. I don't know why it tips up like that. It's going to bug me now. Now that I noticed it, people pointed it out and they noticed it as well. Well, I did point it out last episode as well. So what we're going to do is we're going to just pack this... I think we're just going to pack this tipper away for the time being. Because that whole turning thing and tipping thing is going to be a little on the annoying side. What we can use it for... Actually, we don't even need to use it for that. So what we're going to do is we're going to pull it into one of our bays right here. And then once we put it into the bay, we'll just leave it there for the time being. Because that whole... I don't know why it does that. That's strange. So trying to figure out what that changes. So we're going to go ahead and buy the quarry wagon. Because I know it works. I haven't had any problems with it. Now the funny thing about that 28-ton trailer that we just looked at, 24-ton trailer, is that I've actually used that before and I haven't had any problems with it. But for whatever reason... I'm going to try the more realistic one just because it's small already. And I can't buy it. Never mind. I need the more realistic mod installed. I do take that mod out every single time I play this map just so that we do have the appropriate values in terms of selling our wheat and our barley and whatnot. The one thing I wish this map did have is I wish it were a multi-fruit map. It's not. It's only a standard fruit, which is... It's alright. Oops. Whoa, go forward. It's alright, but it's not, I guess I'm used to multi-fruit maps, so. Does this one doesn't do it too, does it? Alright, anyways. So let's set this guy on our way. It might be just, I don't know if you noticed that, it might just be the tractor itself, because if you look at the back end of this quarry wagon when I slow down, it kind of just shimmies around. I don't know, that's weird. I think it's because the way the tractor actually stops, because it kind of coasts a bit more, and I think that's the reason why it does it. But this one doesn't look weird, as strange as the other one did. Like, this is an enormous tractor also. It's an enormous tractor for this particular quarry wagon, because this quarry wagon's meant for the small farm. But for now, this wagon does work well, but it's that's funny to watch. Oh man, it was cheap. So I can't complain about that. So we will have to go with that for the time being. Now, that does put us at a bit of a disadvantage for a second. So let's just take a quick little peek at our, not what we'll look at. Let's take a quick peek at how much grain we actually have. 5,000 liters. Ouch. That's not very much at all. And there's no great demands coming up that I noticed that's going to be helpful for us. Let's just double check. Manure, slurry, and canola. None of those we have. That is not helpful at all. Now we do own a couple fields. If you recall, we do own a couple fields down here, 26 and 27. We own those fields. They're both planted in grass at the moment. And if you look carefully, actually there's another dairy farm down here. And the BGA is right there. So I'll have to think about that. Now that quarry wagon holds 6,000 liters and the combine holds, I think it's 8,000 liters. Let's just take a quick peek at how much it actually holds. How much does it hold? 9,600 liters. So it will fill up the quarry wagon and then some. So I'll have to think about that. Now what I was suggesting, if you recall, is that I use this straw for our animals. And so there's a couple things I was thinking about doing. One of the things I was thinking about was turning it into silage. Using this right here because it is on sale, and our tractor actually does have enough horsepower to use this particular item, and it is on sale 30% off, which is good for us. And our Scania truck, which is a Swedish truck that was pointed out to me, thank you very much. I don't know why I didn't think of that, but didn't realize that. It's a Swedish truck, if I remember what the person was saying. So we can use our Scania truck with our agroliner to output chaff. And then we can make silage out of that, and then we can give that to our animals, which would increase our productivity. Straw does not increase productivity very much. Now the other reason why that's nice is because we can use the silage to sell as well if we're really in a bind. One of the suggestions was to try, actually in the comments from last episode, one of the suggestions was to try and make most of my money from, I didn't put it in a group, make most of my money just from animals, which I think is a really cool challenge. So some people were suggesting get 4 fields, some people suggested 6 fields. I think I'm going to stick with 4, so that means I can only get 1 more field. So I could change what fields I actually have. That is one definite possibility. I'm just going to go into the cab here. It's nice and quiet. I'm also going to put this guy into a group. So that was one of the suggestions, was to try and be profitable just from animals, which is definitely an interesting possibility. I don't think I've ever done that before, but it is going to be interesting nonetheless. Now I don't know if, I haven't seen the milk truck yet. You know what, let's just do this right now, just to see. So let's buy, oh no, we shouldn't buy any animals, because we're going to need to, so many little things. You know what we're going to do right now? Let's just borrow some money. What the heck? So we're at $24,000. Let's borrow 10 grand right there. So now we're at $34,000, and that will allow us to pick up the JFT, the JF FCT ProTech at a discounted price of 30% off. Let's buy that. So that leaves us with 3 grand to play around with. Now luckily, like I said, we already have the Scania truck. We already have the agroliner as well, and we can use the Class 620 Arion to do our silage with using the straw here, which is going to be nice. So that is going to be the plan for now. Now what we're going to do with that is eventually we're going to put that and give it to our animals so we can increase our productivity of our animals. Now because we only have $3,300 left, I was going to buy a cow or a couple of cows, but I think what we'll do is we'll do that when we get some more money, basically. So we're going to finish up this field first, and we we don't have another tractor. Oh, this is the problem when you only have one tractor, basically. You have to deal with, hey, can I use this one tractor? Oh wait, now I can't because I can only use one tractor at a time. I'm just gonna move him out of the way here. So this is the quarry wagon for those who have never seen it before. I've used it before a couple times. I think I used it on the newbie farm. Whoa! It's got to be this tractor. That's strange. Because I guess it's the way it stops or something. Yeah, that's weird. Oh well. Well, you live and learn, I guess. So this tractor does not work very well for some things, apparently. Anyways, this is the quarry wagon, 6,000 liters, gravity wagon, side discharge, which is kind of cool. Little teensy-wincy wheels there. They look like plastic wheels almost, or solid rubber even, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't think they're solid rubber, but they just look like it. Anyways, so let's go. Oops. Gotta select my tractor. I have to start remembering that. I totally forgot that. About this particular tractor is that if you don't select the tractor, it won't start. But I'm used to manual ignition where you don't actually need to select the tractor. You just need to be in the tractor and then fire it up. But for this particular tractor, you do need to have the tractor selected, which is fine. Totally understand that. So, all right, we are going to just line it up right here for our class, and then when he comes around, he should be able to just discharge straight into this right here. So I think this is what my thoughts were. I think the mod author was trying. Does that door just open and close? I think it's just the way it looks. I don't think you can open it from the outside now. So one of the things I think the mod author was trying to do. Let's just turn this off here. I think they were trying to make it a bit more realistic, and that's why this trailer acts the way it does. Like if it was a more realistic trailer, it would have more drag on it, and perhaps I should have gotten that one, but what's done is done now, I suppose, right? So we have it, we're using it, it's a good trailer, so I'm gonna think about that. So we have the JFFCT now, and I definitely feel we're gonna need a new tractor really soon. Now, if we try and stick with the whole class thing, the next class I have is this one, which is $124,000, 260 horsepower. That's going to take a long time to get to. And then we have the class area, which we already have at 158. Yeah, I don't have that many classes. I have a few Fords, a few Colossus, a few Fence, a few IH, and too many John Deeres. Well, a lot of John Deeres, let's say. So the idea is we're going to try, I think we're going to try and stick with class tractor. So I need to try and find some more mods, I think. But if we are in a pinch, we may, this is me doing quotations, we may not get a class if the price is right for something else, basically. Like we could get one of these. Those are Russian, mind you. But not everybody will agree with that. That's a good choice. And this is one of the running boats I was thinking about getting. Someone suggested I don't get the F350, which is fine. And then the suggestion was, I don't get an F350, get a car. And I have never used a car on a map before. So I actually don't know what to expect. So the closest thing I've used to a car is probably the Jeep Wrangler, I think, actually. So I think that's the closest thing I've actually used to a car on Farming Simulator. Yeah, I'll have to look into some. If they're really terrible, I definitely won't use one. But if it's decent, I'll definitely check it out. But I still feel, a car and a farm just sounds a bit strange. So I may have to take a second guess at that. So what I'll do is I will. I'm going to keep this episode a little bit short today because we don't have too much going on at the moment. It's mostly me babbling on. So I'm going to finish harvesting this field, and then next episode we'll be taking care of this straw here, and we're going to turn that into chaff and make it into silage. Well, we missed that opportunity, but we're going to have to follow the class here for a second. Yeah, so like I said, we're going to try and head towards that direction a little bit. And let's just line up here for a second. That's not too bad. It's pretty close to how fast the combine was going, actually. I'm kind of surprised. Normally, I'm really terrible at matching speed. What the heck is that sound? I don't know if you guys can... What is that sound? It must... I've never heard that sound before by that tractor. Maybe... It must be this tractor. That was a really odd sound. It was like a clicking sound almost. Oh man, that was weird. I don't know what that was. That was weird. I'll have to keep an eye out for what that sound actually was, because that is a very odd sound. It was like just a clicking sound. It was like a... I don't know. That was weird. Jeez. Okay, so like I said, I'm going to stop the episode here for now. What I'll do is... I'll just do this. I'll continue harvesting the rest of that little tiny piece off camera, and the next episode we'll come back for a longer episode, and we'll finish up on this field right here with the chaff. Just the first couple episodes are going to be a bit shorter, and then after this it'll be regular length, just because we're getting our feet on the ground. We don't want to well, there's not much we can really do at this point. So we're going to have to wait until next episode. Anyways, my name's Ian Robson. This has been Farming Simulator 2013. I understand this has been a shorter episode, but this is one of the few ones that's actually going to be a bit shorter. After this, it'll be longer, I promise. Alright, my name's Ian Robson. I'll catch you guys later.